Yesterday, I gave myself the day off. I say myself because currently I'm working for myself, and I hope that that currently turns into permanent. I'm working for myself as a professional artist, and I could not be more thankful and grateful for that. All the years that I have been a professional artist have been very scary financially, and that's just the honest truth. But today we're talking about rest, and I just feel like I had to put that out because I want to feel comfortable, and to feel comfortable I have to be brutally honest. During my day off, I felt like I was forcing myself to rest. It's been that way for years. I no longer tie up my self-esteem and worth with my productivity. My productivity for me is my fun. I love to work on my art, and lately I have really enjoyed making videos and editing them, and honestly I have never had so much fun with making videos, so it's coming as a bit of a surprise to me. I had to give myself some straight metrics of what does a day off look like for me, and so I gave myself the rule of no doing any computer work. As a professional artist, I am on the computer constantly, marketing, uploading artwork to my website, editing images, editing videos, running my email list. And I have started to get some help with this because I can't do everything by myself. And for me, part of resting is realizing that not only can't I do everything myself, but I don't have to. I can count on other people. Other people care, and of course I'm paying them. Adding in paying others to my art career is definitely scary. But I've learned how to live with fear and follow what I think is right. And I know that if I'm gonna make it here on YouTube, I have to put out consistent content. And so I'm very excited to tell you that leading forward, I am going to start scripting my videos to some extent. I mean, it's not going to be all like, bullet point, must stick to the script. I really value being able to just free flow, get in the flow zone and just let it flow through me. And I think that that is really beautiful and creative. So that's what I'm doing right now. But I do want to make the most of your time. Because when I go to YouTube, and I love the platform, I'll learn stuff, I'll listen to stuff, and I just really enjoy it, but I want my time to be beneficial. And part of resting is really releasing that idea of time and knowing that there is plenty of time, that I don't have to constantly be learning, constantly be consuming YouTube content and reading books. Yesterday I actually sat for a while on the couch and in my bed, just kind of moseying around, doing absolutely nothing. And man, I could have never done that years ago. So one of my metrics for my day off was I can do anything I want. And I usually just love painting. But I've been painting so much lately with my 11 paintings in 1 month challenge that I really just didn't feel like it. Like, I felt like it, but I was also tired. And actually, I did put some of the leftover paint from the challenge on this backpack. So I painted probably for like 30 minutes or so. And that really kind of scratched the itch and was great. Like I said, this video isn't scripted. I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of my own current experience to you guys about how I'm resting, because I've been putting out these videos about making this big challenge for myself and how I'm going across the country, and that is a lot, and it's not sustainable. I've been burnt out before, and man, when I first started my art career, I was trying to build my own website on some platform because I got caught up in this sales funnel some guy was selling about make your own platform and you can save money, and then it was like you had to pay him to learn. I don't know, but I never paid him, and I was trying to do it myself, and I was trying to do the whole like security stuff and payment processors, and like, it is a huge learning curve on the technological side of being an artist. And I was crying every day. And I mean, sometimes I cry every day anyways. But thankfully I'm doing a lot better and my anxiety's gone down a lot. I used to just cry all the time. But on my day off yesterday, I did cry. And I feel like that was a good release. And of course, something did trigger me. It wasn't like, just like, ooh, some crazy crying sad person. I used to really identify with being a sad person and like having issues and having anxiety and all this stuff, and it like got in my head, okay? Like, don't do that. You don't have problems, you're not messed up. I had a therapist tell me one time when I said to her, I feel like something's wrong with me, and she said, do you know how many people come into my office and say that? Almost everybody thinks something's wrong with them, is what she told me. And it's just something that is a limiting belief that we have to move through. And man, I mean, there's so many things that I've regretted doing and saying, and just looking back on that from where I am now, I wish I could take it all back. Okay, cut out that. Who cares about regret? I don't even know why I got on that topic. I guess I tend to like, my brain, my thoughts go so many different directions, so I might not cut that out. I might just be real. I feel like if you are interested in watching this video, then you're probably already following along with my journey, so it's not going to be a big deal if I ramble a little bit. I've had these things said to me by others in my life that have hurt me, and sometimes it's really hard to like move out of those things that they're saying and really knowing what's right for me. And I got a comment on one of my videos recently that really encouraged me, and it said that the rambling and talking part of my video was the best part. And I'm like, well, thank you. It was my recent tutorial video on how to paint with watercolor and wax, and so I really felt seen and heard in that moment. And I recently heard like YouTubers and all these people were trying to get attention because we are lacking something, or we have this idea in our head of lacking attention from others or being validated. And of course we don't lack anything. We have everything, all the potential that we could ever need within us. But I totally resonate with like wanting some validation with, I mean, being a professional artist or being an artist at all. You're just like, you know, is it good? Am I cut out for this? Am I ever gonna make it? And really, we have to give ourselves validation. And that comes back into resting, is like, oh, I can say it's okay to myself for sitting and doing nothing. I used to be tired and then beat myself up for resting. Like, what? I mean, I'm telling you guys, I've had some mental stuff to work through. I don't know where it came from, doesn't matter where it came from, it's just how it is. But yeah, just this ability to sit with oneself, accept oneself for exactly who we are, and not worry about if we're performing. Something I've really had to work through is proving myself to other people. Like when I talk about the things that people have said that have hurt me, it puts in me this idea of like, oh, I gotta prove myself, I gotta really make that money, I gotta show people. And yes, it comes partially from my natural tendency to, well, I guess I shouldn't say natural tendency. It is a learned behavior to become a people pleaser. And it is learned behavior to become a perfectionist, probably because of upbringing or relationships in general, no matter what age. These are highly infecting sorts of experiences when we relate with other humans. They could be people we care about, which are the most in-depth and ingrained sort of beliefs, or they could just be strangers. They could be people we work with. And you know, I've been those people to other people. I'm sure I've said things. I'm sure I've acted in ways that have hurt others. But you know what? We can't beat ourselves up. We can't expect ourselves to be perfect. And man, every human has acted in some way that's inhumane or immoral. And yes, I'm a huge believer in being kind to other people and not murdering people. But there is also this personal morality that partially comes from culture, and then there is this innate morality that we have perhaps before one is hurt. But if someone's hurt, as they say, hurt people hurt people. So yeah, you don't want to hurt people. You don't want to perpetuate the issues. So I do want to give you a little update on the challenge. The challenge is making 11 paintings in 1 month. So my day off yesterday, I was like, I don't like challenges, I don't like rules, I don't like authority, even if it's my own authority. I'll just stop one painting short so that I don't have to be that, perfect person that forces myself to do stuff. And I really have not been forcing these paintings. Painting this much, I had this little thing come to my mind, and it said, painting this much makes me feel so artsy. And like, as an artist, you'd think you always feel artsy, but man, I love it. It's fun. So anyways, you might be wondering why I'm doing this challenge if you haven't been following along, or if you've been following along in bits and pieces. Because the annoying thing that YouTube is doing now is taking all my videos that are under like 2 or 3 minutes and making them into shorts. So it's not in my timeline. So just try checking out the playlist, and that will have all the videos in there. So I'm from Virginia. I went to Montana for about 8 years, and I moved back recently. It was a sudden move, so I left so many paintings out there. I was saying like 70 paintings on canvas and hundreds of watercolors on paper, but I don't really know how many. I feel like maybe it's not quite 70, but maybe that's just because pieces have sold. So I've been wanting to get out there. And it's actually amazing that I do have the finances to do it now. I've been really working hard and saving up, and thankfully a painting sold that is going to pay for the trip, so I am just so thankful for that. And it was a really interesting synchronicity, so I'm going to go on a rabbit trail here. I had been practicing some mental practices, and I had a lot of fear surface in my mind from past conditioning, belief systems. Essentially, I was taught about prayer, and the practices I was doing were going by a different vocabulary word. And so because of the difference in vocabulary and some very wild traumatic things that happened in my life among my family, friends, and marriage, as well as my own personal choices around substances, I got very fearful of that practice. However, I'm hesitant to say this because I don't like hypocrisy, the stereotypes of certain religions. I don't actually agree with organized religion. And Yeshua was against organized religion. Yeshua was Jesus's Hebrew name or Jewish name, I don't know. Jesus said, ask as though you've already received. So regardless of what perspective or vocabulary words you're putting on something, I did have a really cool experience in answered prayer. I was just using an affirmation, and my affirmation that I came up with is, I'm so thankful that tons of large sums of money come to me because tons of my large paintings sell. And I started back up that affirmation after not using it for quite some time. And perhaps it is coincidence, or perhaps it is not, but about 2 or 3 days later, I sold a big piece. I haven't been paid for that piece yet because I'm going to get paid in Montana. So I feel like that's really helpful to have delayed gratification for artwork selling, because I don't just go and spend all that money right away. But I am buying a trailer. I did have this unexpected $1,000 fix on my car. I did put a trailer hitch on my car, and it's just kind of a lot of things that could cause one to question what they're doing, which I have been talking about a lot. But what I know is that if I can stay away from doubt, complaining, or worry, that I can remain at a level of confidence that is very close to that prayer-like state. And I'm interested to see how that plays out. I'm interested in the idea of following your bliss. Like, what could that be like? What could that turn into? And what if following your bliss includes resting? Like, if I had scripted this video, I have a lot of points on resting, but one of the biggest ones is that without rest, we don't integrate into our lives the things that we're learning or practicing. And we get in that routine, habitual habit, and we're not like digging into those super creative aspects of ourselves and giving your mind rest. I'm a huge advocate of sitting in silent, still meditation. I don't always do it. Someone said it's one of the easiest things to do, while at the same time being one of the hardest things to do. So for me, it's kind of a lighthearted practice where I'm not very strict about it, but I realize and notice in my nervous system when I need silence. And I try to be proactive about it and rest ahead of time. And so, yeah, going back to the challenge, because yes, that was a rabbit trail. I don't know if your brain works that way, but I love rabbit trails. My friend and I used to go on hikes and go on all these rabbit trails with our chats, and it was just really fun. With the challenge, I decided to swap out the artwork in Montana with something that was Montana themed, because mostly what sold out there was Montana animals and landscapes. And I wanted to move away from there, 1, because it's cold, 2, because it was an emergency situation, and 3, because I didn't really feel like my art fit in that well. So I'm teaching an art class when I get out there, and there's a specific date for that. There's a specific date that I need to go get the trailer that I purchased as well. So I just wanted to make this work quickly and see what I could do, and I'm very impressed with myself and proud of myself. I cannot believe it. And there's something about doing something fast that, yes, it's kind of against the whole like rest and take your time thing, but it also kind of contributes to rest and taking your time, because you're not thinking about it as much. You're just going for it, just doing it, and you don't have time to second guess yourself. You don't have time to, overthink things. So yeah, I'm really excited to see my friends out there, and it's gonna be fun, and I'm gonna try to do a little bit of videoing too, so we'll see how it goes. And thanks for following along, and again, please stick around, because this channel, my vision for it is to be consistent. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about the direction this YouTube is going, and I want to share it with you so you know what you're getting into if you decide to follow along. For one, I'm super excited. Sorry, I'm always like wobbling because I'm like standing on one foot. Anyways, I'm super excited to share my art. I really think that what I have to share is going to be beneficial for you. And the other side of that is I would like to make an income out here online, not only from YouTube, but also from people like you going to my website and purchasing my art and other stuff like clothes and bags and things. So I am planning on scripting videos, giving you guys guided meditations, giving you art tutorials about how to paint and how to draw and all this stuff, giving you time-lapse art of the work I'm making, sharing my thoughts like I am today and on mental health and stuff. I used to talk a lot about spiritual concepts because I really thought that they tied into the mental health side of things, but I am moving kind of away from that and more into mental health, but I might get back into some of that. I may feel comfortable and safe enough to talk about some things, but if you ever do have questions, I'm happy to talk about things like that privately. I have sought out spiritual matters extensively from many different angles, and I've detached from things, reattached to things, detached from things. I don't know, there's just this constant ebb and flow. I've learned about prayer and really dedicating your life to something greater than you. I've learned about surrendering my own ideas, being humble, realizing that it's not all about me. It's not all about what I want and what I desire, because we don't always know what we want. If you're interested in seeing if some of that aligns with what you might need, I would encourage you to go look at my book. It is available completely free online, so you can look and read through every single page, and there's artwork. It's really poetry, but I feel like it really shows the depth of my heart and my ability to connect with that part of myself that knows a little bit more than the cultural ideas. That being said, I don't know everything. I'm still learning, and I understand the balance of living in that mindset of spirit as well as living in reality that is tangible by our senses. And I think that is really what my mental health journey is taking me on now, especially after getting caught up in substances and really outlandish thinking that was just believing anything and everything that's so far out there. Now I am grounding myself in my senses. What can I touch? What can I taste? What can I see? What can I smell? To what depth can I enjoy the natural environment, walking in the woods? To what depth can I enjoy the creativity coming out of me and the artwork I'm creating? To what depth can I connect with other humans? So yeah, that's where I'm at. Thanks for listening. Let me know if you actually did listen by commenting, and do like the video if you've been here, because that helps with the channel. Bye!